Graph and growth of the natural logarithm. The graphs of the exponential function y is equal to e to the x and its inverse function, the natural logarithm function, are shown here in figure 13. Because the curve of y is equal to e to the x crosses the y-axis with a slope of 1, it follows the reflected curve y is equal to the natural log of x crosses the x-axis with a slope of 1. In common with all of the other logarithmic functions with a base greater than 1, the natural logarithm is an increasing function defined on 0 to infinity, and the y-axis is a vertical asymptote, which means that the values of the natural log of x become very large negative as x is approaching 0. So as this x is going towards 0, it's saying that this function here is approaching a large negative. So looking at this function again, as x is approaching 0, our y values, or our natural log of x, is approaching negative infinity. Now, example number 12, it says shifting the natural logarithm functions. We want to sketch the graph of the function y, which is equal to the natural log of x minus 2 minus 1. So, if we want to graph this, the first graph that we want to graph is the natural log of x. So we have the natural log, let's put that in here, natural log of x. So there is our graph. So we can see here that the x-intercept is at 1, 0, with the y-axis as a horizontal asymptote. Okay. So now the first thing we want to do is what's happening with minus 2. Well, remember that if this is x minus 2, if we solve for x here, that means that we would get 2, which means that it's a positive 2, which means that we're shifting this graph to the right 2 units. So it should end up over here at 3, 0. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to put in parentheses, this is x, natural log of x, and then minus 2 with our parenthesis. So now it's shifted over 2 units, because that's what we did. And now we're going to subtract 1, which means that we're going to shift the graph 1 unit down. So if we subtract 1, then now we shift this graph down. So it's now gone down to here. So now our x-intercept from shifting down is at 4.718. So again, let's take a look at these graphs. This is our standard graph. Okay, so we shift the graph 2 units to the right. And then over here, we shift the graph 1 unit